Everyone, in this video we will see what is an oscillator. An oscillator is a circuit that produces a repetitive waveform at the output without the application of an external input signal. So it means you can use an amplifier, you can use an oscillator as an amplifier so that there is no application of an external input signal. So we'll see quickly the classification of oscillators. It is classified based on the various criteria. Firstly, based on the operating principle, it is classified as feedback oscillators, negative resistance effect oscillators. Secondly, based on the type of output waveforms, it is classified as sinusoidal oscillator or harmonic oscillators, non-sinusoidal oscillators or relaxation oscillators. Based on the feedback circuit employed, it is classified as RC oscillator, which means resistance capacitance oscillator, and LC, inductance and capacitance oscillators. And based on the frequency of generated signals, it is classified as audio frequency oscillators, which ranges between few hertz to 20 kilohertz, radio frequency oscillators, which ranges between 20 kilohertz to 30 megahertz, then very high few, that is VHF oscillators, which ranges between 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz, ultra high frequency UHF oscillators, which ranges between 300 megahertz to 3 gigahertz, and microwave oscillators. Okay, now we will see Barkhausen criterion for oscillation. So one of the technique for producing sinusoidal oscillation is use of positive feedback. Positive feedback is a technique wherein a portion of output of an amplifier is fed back to the input in phase. So if you assume an amplifier with an input signal V in and output signal V naught as shown in the figure. So this is the input signal V in and output signal V naught. So if you assume this as an amplifier with the input signal V in, which is sinusoidal, and V out, so this is out of phase. Okay, so this is 180 degree out of phase with V in. It is given. The amplifier gives out signal V naught as long as there is an input signal V in. So output will be present until the input signal is there. So if you are giving an input in phase, so you can have 0 to pi, okay, 0 to pi by 2 and 0 to pi. So you can see from 0 to 180 degrees. So there is a phase shift from the opposite. So there is 180 degree phase shift in this one. So the amplifier gives out signal as long as there is an input signal. Suppose the feedback network is added. The feedback network provides 180 degree phase shift and also some attenuation. The output VF from the feedback network is in phase with and can be made equal to the amplitude of the input signal V in. Now you assume that a feedback is added. So from the input to the output there is 180 degree phase shift, and again this feedback will provide again a 180 degree phase shift, which will result in phase between the output and the input. So from the input to the output 180 degree, the same thing is fed back to the input, right? So this also gives 180 degree phase shift, which remains in phase with the input signal. So the amplifier will continue to generate output signal V naught. Now the amplifier has an input, but the input is derived from the amplifier's own output through the feedback network. That's what I just told you. The output especially feeds on itself and is continuously regenerated. This is known as positive feedback. The overall voltage amplification from V into VF is 1, which means it is a unity feedback, and the total phase shift is 360 degree or 0 degree. Right, it can be 360 degrees or 0 degree. So 360 degree will also give back, it comes to the same point. So that's why it is called as in phase. 360 degree and 0 degree are same. The product of amplifier gain A and attenuation beta of feedback network is referred to as loop gain. So this is given as A is equal to V naught by V in, which is 180 degree. Why? Because there is a 180 degree phase shift, and beta is VF by V naught, that is also 180 degree. If we keep V in is equal to VF, we get loop gain A beta is equal to 1. It is unity, where it is 0 degrees or 360 degree. So this particular equation is called Barkhausen criteria for oscillation. This states that for sustained oscillation, if you need a sustained oscillation, what you need is the first point, the loop gain A beta must be equal to 1, which is unity, and the second point is the phase shift around the loop must be 0 degree or 360 degree. This is called as Barkhausen criteria. In practical oscillator, it is not necessary to supply an input signal V in to start an oscillation. See, I told you earlier, an oscillation, you need not have an input to supply the oscillation. You can use the feedback itself. Instead, oscillations are self-starting and begin as soon as DC power is applied. What makes this possible is thermally produced noise in the resistors and other components. This noise is made up of all frequency components, but only one frequency component F0 of the noise satisfies Barkhausen criterion, and the circuit oscillates with that particular frequency. This initially feedback voltage is amplified and continually reinforced, resulting in a buildup of a output voltage as shown in the figure. So this figure, you can see the buildup of output oscillation. From minimum it can go to the maximum. The magnitude of the frequency component F0, which satisfies Barkhausen criterion, is made slightly greater each time it goes around the loop as shown. Soon the amplitude of frequency component F0 is much larger than all the rest, and its amplitude is limited by circuit's own non-linearities. Therefore, to start oscillation, loop gain A beta must be slightly greater than 1, and to sustain its loop gain it must be equal to 1. Thus, all practical oscillators have an amplifier consisting as an active device, a frequency selective feedback network to determine the frequency of oscillation.